for a wild ride with From the Hill podcast, featuring Wayne Cartwright, Damian Green, Tenarius Gooden, David Thomas, Jennifer Murray, and Corey Williams. Don't miss out. Subscribe now to From the Hill podcast. It's time to turn up the excitement and make some noise.
Yo, what's good, everybody?
What's good?
Good, man.
Hey, back and in full effect once again on another Tuesday night. And again, it's another game week.
It is.
And something else that's getting ready to kick off here in a few days, man. That game we call NFL.
Yep.
Yeah. Thursday
Football
night,
is
man.
back, man.
Thursday.
All the way back.
Yeah, all the way back. So we know this weekend, the first full week of college football, it brought surprises, overreactions, great performances. It brought all that stuff, all that typical stuff, it was there. So, and I hope you guys enjoyed your Labor Day weekend, fellas, as well as I did. Hope you guys got a chance to get some R&R, spend some time with family and friends.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Your football is R&R.
Right. You're right about that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And, to all of our Alcorn friends that are joining us, welcome to From the Hill podcast with us. Pleased to have you all tonight as we get ready for what is going to be a very action-packed weekend. So everybody that's watching the show, a couple of the ground rules, please make sure that you hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to From the Hill podcast, please make sure you do that as well. Now, across the bottom of the screen, as we always have, we have our updated fall sports schedules. So you'll see what's going on with those sports. Volleyball got their season kicked off this past weekend with a very successful Betty Austin Classic. There were Betty Austin Invitational. Let me say that correctly. Invitational. So the ladies, Bulldog ladies, managed to pick up 2 victories during the weekend. So it was pretty awesome. So yeah, everybody just be apprised of all of that. So let's get into our housekeeping. So first and foremost, we said, as you know, this is Louis Cruz Classic Weekend. This will be the 15th edition. Can you believe that? The 15th edition of this game already, guys.
I know it, man.
I remember the very first one.
I do too, man. Hey, it's been a great event. I'm glad that we continue the tradition.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, it's going down this Saturday night at 6 p.m. there in Louis Cruz Stadium, and this game will also be seen on HBCU Go. So we get the HBCU Go people in the house. Laurencia Moten, all those good folks down there. They're gonna be in full effect. So, and then in conjunction with that, we've got the coaches' breakfast, which is going down Friday. All right, Corey, you gonna be in the house for this one?
Hey, I'm planning on being there. I tell all Bulldog supporters, hey, come out. Tickets only $75. And a table is $1,000. Hey, it supports the program because we are, making a commitment to giving them, our student athletes, the best student athletic experience.
Yeah, and you can see that none other than our very own head coach Sam Shade will be the speaker for this great event going down at the Knight Center on campus Friday morning. That'll be great. Honoring the legacy of Coach Louis Cruz and getting the weekend going. And yeah, Dave, he said, grab your friends and get a table. Yes, sir. Also, just a couple of things here to know before you go to the game. T. Gooden, tell the folks what they need to know about when they go to Louis Cruz Stadium this season.
Well, hopefully what I'm about to tell you is what it say, because I can't even see that. Well, I can just tell you, just based on previous, you got to bring you clear. Women, you got to bring you clear purse. You got to bring you clear bags. Season game day tickets are $30. Game day reserved or $35. I know the season ticket holders get to park around the event center and Star Wars parking lot, and there's a map that can show you all that if you go to aamusports.com. Gates will open 2 hours before the game. Gates close an hour after. Make sure you're there. Make sure you bring a friend. Tell the friend to bring a friend. And let's pack out Cruz. I'm sorry, my mic was not where it needs to be, so hopefully it's better now. But tell a friend to bring a friend, man, so we can pack out Cruz.
And also, dogs, it's all white. Make sure you wear your all white out as a white out. And I'm rocking this King McNeil all white shirt.
Yeah, and something else, and I'm gonna just kind of take us down for a second, and you guys can hear us. So one thing that I want to point out to all of the visitors, it's a cashless venue. So this is the first time that we are going cashless. All right. So just want to make sure that just in case you thought about bringing some cash, the whole operation is cashless. So that means buy your tickets online ahead of time, get your parking online ahead of time, get all of that stuff taken care of. Also, the concessions, all that on site. Yeah, Reese Dog, you said it. Yes to the new age. Cashless. All right. So something else that we also have going on here. We've got the campaign for the 150th anniversary. Now, this is currently where we are up to date. With 3 months remaining, 3 full months remaining in the year, this is where we are. 5.3 million, which is 36% of the way to the goal. There's still plenty of time, Bulldogs. Make sure you get yourselves involved. You see where you can text. You can see where you can give. Be part of the movement, man. We still want to be able to raise $15 million, and we can still get there or get as close as we can with everybody's involvement. All right. And last but not least, I'll turn the proceedings over to T. Gooden for this important piece.
Yeah, just the King McNeil collection, stand out, show your pride, and represent the legacy. The King McNeil collection brings you premium college gear and divine nine paraphernalia made with style, quality, and culture in mind. Whether you're repping your alma mater or honoring your fraternity or sorority, KingMcNeil.com has what you need to wear it bold. Shop the collection today and let your look tell your story. Visit KingMcNeil.com where tradition meets fashion. Right now, you can use discount code FTH15 starting right now to receive 15% off. So log on to KingMcNeil.com. They are a partner with us. And to answer your question, Jermaine, this is where this shirt came from. Corey has on a nice shirt from King McNeil. They sent all of some good merch. So you can go to KingMcNeil.com and use FTH15 right now to get 15% off. Shout out to King McNeil.
Yeah. And Mike, that's my boy Mike. He said, okay, we got sponsorship.
Yes, sir. Mike, you got anybody else in mind?
Hey, line them up, baby. Line them up. Line them up.
Yes, sir.
Line them up. But yeah, shout out to King McNeil, man. If you have not been able to get your hands on some merchandise, man, definitely do that. Definitely do that. It's some dope stuff, man. And
Hey, Wayne, I want to, it was a comment that said about, is it have the detail on there? They definitely had a detail on here. It's very nice, great material, all the detail. So yes, very nice.
Yeah, this is some good quality stuff. So I ain't gonna say I can rock them every week, but I'm gonna rock them and you gonna know when I do.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to King McNeil. Getting us right in the game. Us right in the game. Now, I don't have on my King McNeil tonight, but what I do have on, I have on my From the Hill podcast t-shirt.
Yes, sir.
And something else I do have on, I have on an exclusive R&R Sports hat. So also R&R Sports. Hey, we pitching y'all hint for the future. R&R Sports, they're gonna be open locally So if you need to pick up some gear before you get to the stadium on Saturday, make sure you hit up R&R Sports as well. So
Hit up
got all the good stuff.
King McNeil.
And King McNeil.
Yeah, King McNeil. This is King McNeil.
So, ladies and gentlemen, with all of the great information that we have presented before you and getting ourselves ready in the spirit of Alcorn versus Alabama A&M this weekend in football, we got two great guys that are going to join us. They're just half of the show called the Golden Helmed Review. You've probably seen it. These guys are diehard Alcorn day in, day out, through and through. And tonight, we are all family. So I want to welcome to From the Hill podcast for the very first time, my boy, Devin Holt, and my boy, Trell Tobias. What up, fellas?
How y'all doing?
Doing
what
good.
up?
Well, how y'all doing?
Good, brother. Good.
Trell, take yourself off mute, brother.
Ooh, my bad. How y'all doing?
We good, man.
First of all, it's a pleasure, man. Thank y'all, guys. Thank y'all.
Definitely. Thank y'all for having us.
No doubt.
Yeah, man. So look, they're already asking. Where's G?
Hey,
Yeah,
G sent the substitutes, man.
yeah. We the B team. Send the B team.
Yeah, G. Well, G is actually, believe it or not, he's the defensive coordinator for his son's Pee Wee team, and they have practice today.
Yeah.
So if you know any of us, man, it's all about the kids first. If it's our kids, our kids from the university, so we gonna always take care of that first. So he had to send in some reinforcements, man. So once again, like I said, we appreciate y'all.
They got coordinators for Pee Wee football now.
That's what I said.
Hey,
they run. Listen. They ain't got no points scored on them yet. So G doing all right. G Limbo. We got G Limbo over there.
Yeah, G pitching the shutout so far, man. 2 games in.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So look, man. I had the chance. I've talked to y'all head coach Cedric Thomas. I talked to him at Media Day. I also talked to him this morning on the Swac coaches call. Man, I'm gonna let both of y'all kind of just talk in your own words about what took place, man, in y'all first game, man.
Hold on, I'm gonna go first, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this, you know, I love you like a brother, right? Because what I'm about to say, I'm probably gonna get cussed out for later. But Stephen A. has a saying about the Dallas Cowboys, and that saying says, "What can go wrong will go wrong when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. What could have went wrong Thursday for us went wrong." I mean, from start to finish, man, and. That product wasn't, that's not what we wanted to see. That product is not what coach is coaching. And so now we got to get off the mat. We got to get off the mat, man. I could go into a lot more detail, but that pretty much sums it up. Plays were there to be made that we just didn't make. I think we had about 8 or 9 drop passes. We get in the red zone 4 times and either turned it over or had penalties to bag us up. So it was just rough. What could have went wrong went wrong. I mean, started the game, kicker plants and slips on his plant leg, and we have a short kickoff to start the game. They scored in the first 2 plays. It was just like, dog.
Yeah, to piggyback off what Trell said, man, everything was crazy. I think Northwestern had the greatest first quarter in football history. I mean, they just looked like they just could do no wrong, and we did all wrong. So that was tough. Then we had the weather delay. And then I felt like after the weather delay, I think we got our feet under us. We were kind of calm. We got to the red zone 4 times. Didn't capitalize. Only got like 3 points. And then we got a pick 6, which I thought was like was going to be the turning point. And it didn't end up being the turning point. But like I said, like Trell said, what could have gone wrong went wrong, man. And it was crazy because they stormed the field afterwards, and I kind of was like, I had never experienced this before, and I thought they were gonna tear the goalpost down too. But it was different. It was different though. But ready for this week. We got you guys, and I want to say real quick, like y'all are like my top top team in the SWAC because y'all so chill. Like y'all be chilling. Y'all don't talk a lot of noise. y'all just be chilling. So I rock with A&M.
Hey man, hey, we appreciate that, and it's interesting that you said that they rushed the field, and man, I with the fact
And
that
people,
it was 1,025 days since they had won a game, man. I
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have rushed the field too, bruh.
nah, they deserve it.
Yeah, no, it was justified. It was definitely justified for sure.
Yeah. So
We
now,
just got a thing. We got a thing for in the streets. When PV went 0-81, I think they beat us to end that streak.
Yeah, they
A
did.
couple years ago, Bethune Cookman had won a game. They beat us. And so now
Yeah,
we go down there and let Northwestern beat us, to end that streak, man. So and then just to piggyback off what Holt said, the pick six, that makes the score 13-7. We come right back on the first play of that next drive. We get we strip the ball going into the end zone. Like, so great field position. On 1st and 10, we get 9 yards. On 2nd and 1, we get another good game to set us up in the green zone inside the 10. But we get an illegal hands to the face call, so that bads us up. And we end up getting 3 out of that. And I felt like that was just kind of the gut punch, man. Like, we were right there to be able to go up 14-13, but it ends up 13-10. And we just never rebounded after that.
Okay.
So it was just I'll say this. If we would have played our A game and we would have lost that game, I can swallow that. But to see us beat ourselves like we did, I still ain't over it. I ain't gonna even lie to you. It's still bothering.
Hey fellas, I know this is CK Williams. I know we got a great game set up for Saturday. But what I want to talk about, I see that you guys, is great. You all support Alcorn and a lot of initiatives, not just football and sports. You all have a collective. Talk about more about your NIL collective and because I know all of our schools need to really buy in and to do that. But just talk to us and about your NIL collective and all the efforts and things that you all do to support that.
yeah. Shout out to Mr. JJ Smith. He's the head of the 1871 Collective. I remember when the idea first got brought to the table, and he brought up the idea. We kind of all sat around and was like, "Yo, this is a great idea because this is what college sports is leaning towards, right? NIL deals. Trying to, got to pay for play. You got to pay for the product on the field, and hopefully you get a return on investment." So when it was first brought up, it was like I said, shout out JJ. He was a visionary. He's still a visionary. He's going to only get bigger and better for us. We gaining members as we speak. So it's always great. We have like luncheons out for homecoming, and just trying to bridge the gap, man. Because unfortunately, Alcorn's a smaller HBCU. We don't have as many alumni as you guys or Jackson State or Southern. So we have to it has to be a family oriented NIL collective, and I think that he's doing a great job by doing that.
Awesome.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on it, man, it's not just pay for play. Those guys that are actually on collective, they visit area elementary schools, man. They read to kids, they talk to kids. They're kind of some symbols for the university itself, man. So yes, we are paying them, but yes, they're doing what they need to do to put Alcorn in a positive light as well. And Mr. JJ's slogan is NIL the right way. We're not just gonna pay you for what you do. You're also gonna do something for the university to put us in a good light and put us in a great light so that future Braves are made. And that's what it's all about.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you all, all your support and everything y'all do to push Alcorn forward.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
So I'm not sure if you gentlemen got to actually watch the A&M game, but I'm pretty sure you watched. You guys, just your honest take. My first question is, if you watch the A&M game or seen the highlights or whatever, what's your take of how the Bulldogs played? And then do you like, how will it match up against how you guys played on Saturday?
Yeah, I actually watched the Arkansas game because I had nothing else to do on Saturday. We played Thursday. I got home about late Friday afternoon, so I checked you guys out. That first drive was amazing. I saw that first drive. I texted Trell. I was like, "Oh Lord!" And then it's like you guys doing that first drive. Y'all matched the physicality of Arkansas. The quarterback was on point. I think he went like 5 for 5 or something like that for 6 to 8 yards in the first drive. He looked really, really sharp. And then you kind of can see where the SEC and Swac differential is, right? They kind of weighed down on y'all a little bit. I thought you guys on defense were real physical, quick to the ball. Of course, Sam Shay's y'all's coach, so you expect them to be a really good defensive team. Um, but to match up against us, I think it's going to be a great matchup. I think we both have the same identity defensively. I think also offensively as well. I mean, you guys want to spread the ball out and run the ball, and it's pretty much secret about Alcorn. That's the same thing we want to do. So I think it's gonna be a real even match game. Like I said, I love y'all's quarterback. He looked good that first drive. I was like, oh Lord, like. I mean, that first drive was amazing, and then your running back looked good. So offensive line at A&M is always big and physical. So that was a given. So I would it's gonna be a good game.
And unfortunately, man, I hadn't had a chance to check it out yet. And I'm usually the one on the Go to Him review that watches games about 5 or 6 times a piece. But my best friend is getting married, and we were in Dallas the weekend, so you can imagine how that went. But probably on my job tomorrow, I'm going to watch it. But Holt has already gave me a rundown. Like he said, he spoke highly of a quarterback. And those of you that don't know, Holt was a QB himself back in the day, man. So he's real hard on QBs. But just to piggyback off him, man, I think it's going to be a great matchup. You guys scored 7 points. We didn't score anything offensively, so there's going to be something that we're going to come out and try to correct this week. I will say that.
Yeah, man. So, I know you guys know I know pretty good amount about your team. I think about your team. I have a whole lot of. I actually thought that your team really was kind of disrespected during the preseason in terms of, the accolades and a lot of the hype in the West, specifically because of how you got Tremaine Watson, who came over from Norfolk State as your new offensive line coach. And he brought one of his former, pupils with him to play on that offensive line. But I also love that you guys returned Ja'Cory and Sewell, and then you got Reggie Davis transferred over from Chattanooga. And, it was interesting because when I talked to Coach Thomas today, I asked him about Jalen Tolbert throwing the ball 44 times. And I mean, and that was something that a lot of people they talked about all week was about, throwing the ball 44 times. And, Coach Thomas, he was very candid about it. And that's one of the things I respect about him is he just tell you straight up. He was like,
yeah.
He said, look, we don't want to throw the ball 44 times. He said, but he said that the receivers need to make plays. And you guys had a lot of drops, guys that were wide open, a lot of these different things. But the thing that I can say is that obviously I hope y'all figure it out next week when y'all play Mississippi State.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I do believe about your team, though, I still believe in you guys. I believe in your talent because, listen, man, a lot of teams, they have bad losses all the time.
Right.
They do. They have bad losses. Look, FAMU had a bad loss against Howard, and it happens. But now it's where these guys that are coaches, this is where they really get a chance to earn their money, man, to be able to develop and to be able to get you boys, get these guys back up again after playing a tough game. So, like I said, I still think you guys are still a really good team. It just, man, y'all just had a tough one, man. Y'all just had a tough one.
I was, it's funny you say that, Wayne. I was thinking in the back of my mind, this is how Alabama felt when they lost to Vanderbilt. So, I mean, I definitely was thinking that walking off the field, in the little mini storm, the field they had. But, we still believe in our guys, man. Like I said, first game jitters took over us a lot. We still believe in them. I mean, and the guys still believe too. So that's the most important thing. So I think it's gonna be a great game Saturday.
Yeah, the biggest thing is it's who we lost to. That's the biggest thing of it. If we play another out of conference opponent and they had a good season last year, nobody is talking about this.
Right.
But the fact that we lost to a team that hadn't won in 1,000 days, that's I think we all kind of overlook Northwestern because they haven't won in 1,000 days. And I think we in the back of our minds, we thought we was gonna go out there and kill them people. And they came out and hey, we work out too. We lift weights too.
Yeah.
And I think it was just kind of a shock for us, man. And I'm glad you alluded to that, Wayne, because the plays were there to be made. And that's why, I open up with, we just got to make the plays that are there to be made. Everybody's on the coaching staff is out on the reservation right now. But if we make those plays that were there to be made, it's a totally different story from the jump. First drive, we a great play call.
Great play
OC
call.
creates a one-on-one matchup with Reggie Davis out wide against a linebacker. Reggie runs right past him and misjudges the ball, and the ball bounces off his fingertips. Wide open touchdown. Uh, it was just. Have you watched the game? Did you have a chance to watch the game? It
I
was a
did.
lot,
Yeah.
man. So
I watched.
imagine.
I watched. I did. I did. I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was tough.
we
It
were
was tough to
we were
watch in
sick.
person.
We were
And
sick.
then it was
We were
raining.
sick.
So it was raining, and we just out there was just all miserable watching this. Like it was bad. It was bad.
And I know Wayne alluded to sort of took part of my question about Alcorn historically, had been a running team, even a quarterback, but throwing the ball 44 times. Reggie Davis, I personally know him. I'm from Montgomery, and he's a good friend of mine. So I know the pedigree that he is, and I know you all have a great 1-2 running back punch. But I want to just take it off of that right now, but just talk about what do you guys think? This is a non-conference game for Alabama A&M and Alcorn. How do you feel about playing teams that's in your conference as a non-conference game?
I hate it. I hate it honestly because I don't like that mentality, right? Because you see teams like Southern and Jack State do it, and then you lose that game, and it's like, well, it don't really matter. Oh, it matters because the fans in the SWAC, roughing the SWAC groups and stuff like that, they're gonna give you hell about it, So it matters for sure. So it need to matter on the record board as well. At first I didn't know this wasn't going to count. I didn't know it was a non-conference game at first. So like when I first saw it on the schedule, I was like, oh, ooh, that's a tough conference game to be the second
Yeah,
game of the season for both of us.
yeah.
For both teams, especially you guys coming off the Arkansas and us coming off Northwestern. Like that's tough to have Alabama A&M. I don't care what nobody say. You guys they say y'all been down for some years, but you guys are always going to be competitive, especially against us. I mean, y'all cost us trips to the SWAC championship in the past. So that history between Alabama A&M and Alcorn, man, seeing that as the second game of the season when I didn't know it wasn't a SWAC game was kind of concerning. But yeah, I don't like it at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we've ever played a SWAC non-conference game that I can remember. So it's just something I'm not used to.
I
I
agree.
like it from a standpoint of it's kind of a measuring stick from that standpoint. Bama A&M is always known for being a tough out for Alcorn. So, and especially after coming off a loss like we took. So now how do we bounce back? So from that standpoint, yeah, I like this game, but on the other side, I agree with Holt.
Okay.
Isn't this the game that we were making up from the COVID year?
it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus Christ, we still dealing with it?
Yeah, we still dealing with it.
We still paying for our crimes from COVID, man.
And that would have been a SWAC game at that point, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
this makes no sense at all. But
Well,
yeah,
for this word, guys, y'all got y'all SWAC championship because y'all didn't play us in the spring. Now, I
Hey.
could be me and not say that. And say that. You know what I'm saying?
well, you guys didn't win the SWAC championship because you didn't play us.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
Well, that's fair.
Two things can be right,
Right.
They didn't have a trainer. That's why they didn't play. They was down. They didn't have the support.
Hey, it's deeper than that, but I'm gonna let that go. so some stuff you can't let out, but it's way deeper than that.
Hey, I got you.
Yeah. So, how do you guys see the rest of the? I don't want to get too far ahead because I know we play the game 1 week at a time. If you take just what you saw, how confident are you in the ability, not as a fan, as the ability of what you saw of how you can still see what can you guys do to come in and beat Alabama A&M at home under the new first year head coach Sam Shea, in your opinion?
Execute.
Go ahead.
Execute, man. execute. I mean, we've got to execute. I mean, that's something we did not do last Thursday. We didn't execute. We had guys were running wide open. We had holes that could have been made for the running backs. We just got to execute, man. I think the biggest thing in SWAC football, and I tell this to everyone, is discipline. The most disciplined team is going to win. So we got to really focus on those penalties, man, and focus on like what are we doing wrong, like our technique. Get everything down to like to science. You know, you kind of got to be real anal as a coach to be like, look, you got to be a disciplinary because if you want to win a SWAT, you got to be disciplined. You don't necessarily have to have the best team in the world, but if you're disciplined and let the other team shoot themselves in the foot, you'll win a SWAC every year. I tell people that all the time. So discipline and execution.
At the beginning, our first show at the beginning of the year, the new season, this same question was asked, but on basically as an outlook of the season question, and it was like, what does Alcorn have to do to have a great season? And I'm gonna go back to it. Hope you remember I said this. We gotta capitalize in the red zone. That's something we didn't do last season, and the first game of this season, it was pretty much the same. So we can capitalize in the red zone, man. Our defense is gonna be our defense. That's led by Steve Mariner was a big get. And y'all know Steve, y'all know why I'm saying that. And so the defense held tough. So now offense, we gotta have their back, man. And when we get those opportunities, we have to get something. And I feel like if we can do that, we'll be competitive in every single game we play against anybody.
Yeah, one of the things that I do miss, man, I know for a long time before FAMU and Bethune joined the conference, we used to be in the same division.
Yeah.
We used to play every single year. It used to be some real tough battles. Like last time we played you guys was in 2019, and I remember the SWAC East division was on the line that day. Like
you guys got us about.
Yeah, you guys got us 34-28 that day.
I don't think he stepped out.
No, he was in. He was in.
Yeah, 6 years later. So 6 years later, I will say this: he didn't step out.
He was 6 years later. He was still in bounds. He was in bounds then.
Yeah.
He was in bounds now.
A little home cooking. A little home cooking. But we did have a pick that was on a questionable pass interference that same drive. I'm just saying, but he wasn't out.
But yeah, man, those used to be some games, man. That's one thing that I miss. I was really glad to see us playing you guys, but I just really this is what leads me to just say this, man. While we talked about just going back with Corey's non-conference question. So we had one last week and we got ours, and then obviously Southern and Alabama State is also non-conference this week. So to me, this is what I've been saying for a long time. We need to get 9 conference games, especially now that we're playing 12 games, 12 game schedules. Get 9-game conference schedule. Get you, if you want to play 2 permanent crossovers and then you just rotate the other one, we can do that. But obviously, if we were able to have a 9-game conference schedule, like these games that Jackson State plays Southern, like y'all can play every year and it count to the standings. Like we can play you guys every single year. It can count to the standings, and it's just a lot of things that we got to get right. Which is another thing we got to get right too. Where I want to go with this next one. Swac TV.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch what was going on with that.
Oh boy,
buffering.
Man,
you
crashing.
didn't miss much.
And then like
the little circle.
In the Southern Valley game, you almost needed binoculars to watch it on your own TV. That's how far the field was in the view.
Now, Wayne, I do got a question. I don't know if any of us know the answer. I know when the games are showcased on ESPN Plus, ESPN Plus depends on the university to provide the production for it, and they use their broadcast or internet signal, whatever you want to call it these days. Is SWAC providing, or they're just using it based on whatever the school? Because I know A&M has good equipment with basketball and football, so I just didn't know if they're how is SWAC TV doing that? Are they doing it? Are they taking the ESPN model or what?
That's a great question.
No, I don't think so. I think they're using the schools. I think
They're
they're using
using
the schools because
Uh,
I'm not gonna lie to you, and there's no knock on them. But the Valley broadcast looked the same as it did last year.
Yeah, it's probably the school then.
Because if you ever been to Valley's field, yeah, if you ever been to Valley Stadium, the way they set their cameras up, they have that track
yeah.
too. So the press box kind of sits back, and so you can kind of understand like why the view was so far.
Yeah.
So
I,
I'm if I had to guess, it'll be the school.
Yeah, I think what the Swac probably needs to do is make a requirement that all schools use the same equipment and compatible equipment. I think that's going to be a Swac thing that they need to require all schools to have the exact same kind of equipment.
Or you just
Yeah.
like every piece of electronic device that we all have a minimum requirements. If it ain't that, it won't work. So that should be how it should be put out. Like, hey, you gotta have this. Oh, but it's kind of hard for the SWAC to require a school to have something that they are not financially providing the funds for. So you can't tell Valley they gotta have the same thing as Jackson State or A&M because they don't have that same football revenue as Jackson State and Alabama A&M. So it's kind of you're gonna have to help out if you want to give the fans the ultimate experience. You're telling these people about this nice Swac TV app, but then, like you said, it crashes and people can't watch. So that's gonna be unfortunate.
But I think you still have to be creative because the distributions that they get from the bowl game and in the Celebration Bowl, I think they can allocate some of that money. They'll have to vote on it, and presidents and everything have to vote on it, but they can allocate the distributions to make that a line item to pay for this, that equipment if feasible. But I think you just got to be creative as a conference and find out ways how to do it because we get a pretty nice allocation from that Celebration Bowl the schools get. So I think it's ways that it can be done, but you just have to certain requirements, and the president's gonna have to vote on it.
Y'all bringing that up made me think about something. I think Terrence Graves said something that basically proved what Holt saying was right. Something happened, and he said when they reviewed it, they didn't have that camera angle to see
Yeah.
that review.
No, the
So that
kid keeps sliding.
kind of lets us know that that was Valley's broadcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah, and Perry White, he was at the game working, doing some media, and he had said last night on another show, he said that he saw a guy with a monitor and he was wearing headphones and had a monitor out the back of his car, out the trunk of his car, and it was
No way.
sitting right by the visitor concession stand. I'm not lying. I kid you not, man.
Hey.
This is what he said this last night on another show.
Wow.
it's
I
not
believe it.
surprising because
I ain't finna let you
when
do
coaches
that.
when
Go ahead.
assistant coaches go to Valley, they're like in the top of the stands looking down. There's not an area for the assistant coaches to go. So I mean for the visiting coaches to go as far as your OC and DC or whoever might
wow.
be up top, they're at the top of the stands and on the visitor side.
Yeah, here it is. Yes, yeah, stated Swac TV had a gentleman with a car in the trunk open and the soundboard in the trunk. Yep. Yep.
Jesus.
Well, let
we
me
can't.
speak of a Valley.
Gotta
man.
love the SWAC, man.
Let me speak of a Valley because somebody else also said that was somebody from the band that was doing that. So I'm gonna take it that was from somebody from the band that was part of the band. I'm gonna take that for Valley. It's part of the band.
Hey, if y'all don't know, I got mad love for Valley. My dad played at Valley 80 through 84. He was the starter middle linebacker. So, man, I got love for Valley, but Valley got to do better. I tell him that all the time.
Hey, y'all know how I always say, shout out to Valley.
Shout out to Valley, man.
That's my thing, man. Hey, I do love Coach Buckley's attitude, though. I do love Coach Buckley, man. Great attitude. But yeah, man, that thing with Swac TV, I just hope we can learn from week one. So the game that's going to be on that platform this week will be UT Rio Grande Valley at Prairie View. Of course, we'll talk about that game here in a minute. We'll do our picks. But one thing I just want to say before we get into these picks, man, we talked about everything that was going on. We talked about your game this week. But fellas, this is for everybody. How surprised were you with the Howard and FAMU outcome?
I wasn't surprised at all. I wasn't surprised at all.
I put it like this: we were deemed terrible because we lost to Jackson at home in the manner we did, but Fam got a pass and they lost to Valley at home. So
yeah,
it don't
and I always
shock.
got this saying: Mississippi schools are undefeated at brag. I tell people that all the time. So like, and I know that has nothing to do with this. That has nothing to do with this, but yeah, I wasn't surprised at all. I just looked at the roster, man. They had a lot of turnover from last year, and and you didn't really hear. Most of the time you hear FAMU fans hyping up these guys they're getting. You didn't hear that in this offseason. It was real quiet over there. All you heard was about Cozy calling softball games in the SEC, and that was it. So, so like I said, I never really expected anything from FAMU, and so when I saw him, I was like, "Yep."
Yeah, I wasn't surprised either, Wayne. I think if you remember, when we did predictions last week, I said it was going to be a battle because the main thing, the reason why I said that is the quarterback. If you don't have a quarterback, you can't win, and so. And I just looked and saw, first of all, stats and saw where, and I just don't think they have a quarterback, and you're gonna struggle without a quarterback, and so that's why I knew it would be a tight game.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be tight, but I didn't know it was gonna be that low scoring. It was what 10-9.
10-9.
Yeah, 10-9.
Who would have thought that? I was thinking more like 24-21. Didn't think it was going to be 10-9, but yeah, that was a very low scoring game, and hopefully, fam, you could get something better when they got to go back to down into Miami, right?
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a minute too,
right?
Yeah, but Cozy said today, he said that it was never a discussion to change quarterbacks. Said it was never one, and he said it's not a discussion about changing one even for the game this week.
Now that's where I will defer it. Maybe in that game, it probably won, but this game, when you playing FAU and the outcome, you gotta play. You gotta play more than one quarterback. So if he does that, I think they need to have his papers as soon as he get ready to lead off that field. If he don't play more this week.
I'm a little indifferent about the whole quarterback thing. I think you gotta let your quarterback play. We're not talking about Alabama and Florida State right now, but a lot of people were like, the quarterback's not playing good, pull him. Well, then what? It's the quarterback's first game in a hostile territory. How can you pull him? And then the same people that were complaining about us pulling our quarterbacks every other drive want everybody else to pull their quarterback. Like you're never gonna get any good play if you keep moving quarterbacks like that. You gotta see how they can hold up to adversity. And as fans, what we always do, we think the backup's better, but we don't know what the backup's doing and not doing in practice. Most of the time the starter for a reason. Most of the time it is.
Come on with it, brother. Make it plain.
We always say, "Put so and so in." Well, we don't know that. We don't know if he can read the playbook. We don't know if he can retain memory. So we do that a lot, man. And I wish, like, sometimes you gotta give these quarterbacks a chance, especially when the first couple of games, man. Now after that, if they keep failing, then I get it. But you can't just, to me, you can't just change them out because they had one bad game. And FAMU was 10-9. So I mean, everybody didn't do well. Even on the other team.
Right. And I definitely agree with you on that. In that first game, I wouldn't pull them, because you're paying comparable competition. But when you stepping up playing the SEC or a high division, I think you got to play more than one quarterback because it's gonna get out. When it get out of hand, you got to still get the other one some experience. And just like when if we play Arkansas, we put in the second string quarterback in the third quarter. Because, it would be crazy to play our starting quarterback the whole game. when you don't have a chance to, at that point to win that game. So in a comparable game, yeah, you should play your starter.
Yeah, and it definitely makes sense. The reason why you pull starters against when you play like what we did on Saturday, that makes perfectly good sense because you're just trying to run the clock at that point. But I was just speaking of the adversity, like you gotta let them play through stuff. You got to see can they rally the team behind them, and the team get to bring them back. So
correct.
Yeah, and I had talked to. Go ahead, Holt. Go ahead. Sorry, man. Go ahead.
I mean, especially you got a quarterback that's new to the system, right? Like us, we had a quarterback who's a fresh transfer. You got to see what this guy's made of, right? You can't just pull him off a first mistake or second mistake. I don't know where that ideal came about when it comes to fan bases. It's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, we know about it. We know about that well for the last couple of years.
Do.
Unfortunately,
trust me, we do too. Trust me.
Yeah, I know y'all do too.
Sure.
Yeah, y'all do too. But yeah, on that same light, man, I'll finish this point with this one too. I talked to Michael Vick yesterday on the MEAC coaches call, and the very first question I asked him, I said, "You started Israel Carter." Remember, if y'all saw that game, he played 2 series. They fell behind 13-0, pulled him out. He never saw a light of day again. Otto Coons came in and played, actually let him down there. I mean, of course, we know what the outcome is. But I asked him, I said, Otto Coons moved the team and all this stuff. I said, so who's going to be your starting quarterback against Virginia State this week? He said, oh, we're going back to Israel Carter. He said, we got to give him a chance to prove that he can be the starter. And then he turned around and said, I was with him until he said this. He said, Otto Coons, last year, he redshirted. Obviously, he was a starter 2 years ago. He said, Otto, he has real good rapport with the receivers. The group, the whole offense, they responded to him well. He moved the team well. He said, but this week, we got to make sure that Israel is able to finish the game. Otto, he's going to be able to get a couple series, but we got to make sure that Israel is going to finish the game. I'm going to turn that one over to y'all, man. I was like, wait. Hold on. I got missing one point. I'm missing one last point. One last thing he said in that too. He said, even though we were losing, I didn't want to pull Otto and go back to Israel because that would have sent mixed messages to the team. There you go. Now I turn it over to y'all.
What?
Trell, you know what I'm about to say.
Pretty much, yeah.
Don't do it.
You know what I'm about to say. We got to get rid of these celebrity coaches, man. Golly. Because that makes no sense at all. Right? You put a guy out there for 2 series, he doesn't produce in 2 series, and you were playing against a team that you were going to lose to, and then you put a guy in that has a rapport with the receivers. Sound like he should have been a starter to begin with. Yeah, you can't be flip-flopping, man. Your offensive chemistry is just going to always be in turmoil when you just keep flip-flopping. So we got to stop with that.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. Like one of the things we had our offensive coordinator on and the quarterback coach on the beginning of the season, they said that they're not gonna have the quarterback looking behind his back. Like every time you're playing scared, I got to make the perfect throw every time because I'm going to get pulled. You want to make the perfect throw every time, but you shouldn't be thinking that if I don't make the perfect throw, the coach is going to get me out. I've seen us pull a quarterback on 2nd and 10 and go with another quarterback and thinking we're gonna get the first down. Well, no, because now the cadence is off. The center now it's not the same guy's hand back there. Like, what do you think is going to happen? So, like, those are things that I think disrupts the flow of the game. It's more than just you think this guy could do better. It throws everybody off. Like, if you're not practicing that, which we all know they don't practice that, you shouldn't play that way. But yeah, Vic was all over the place with that, man. Like I said, because now you got the one that started pulled. He is discouraged. His mama them probably like blah blah blah. Then you got the other dude. I got the team on my back now. The team got behind me. But then your coach say, "Nah, you ain't even starting. We going back with the other guy." Like, what does that do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, that comment, just like what Trell said. What that comment just showed the lack of experience as a head coach,
Right.
clearly. And if not to say that you have to have that kind of experience, but if you are inexperienced, you definitely got to have a top-notch staff that can get you over the hump. And so, you got to surround yourself with great coaches, because talent ain't gonna always get it. You're gonna have to put them in position to win. And so, they're just telling me right there that that he has a lot of inexperience, and I'm not sure it's the coaches that he got around him is the one that he actually need. So, I hope they get better, and in Norfolk, because I'm a Michael Vick fan. But at the same day, I'm gonna tell it how it is.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see how that goes, man. But definitely, man, Deshaun Jackson looks more of a head coach at this point. He looks more seasoned, more polished, got more of a plan. Looks like he's actually in charge. Like you could tell just by talking to him you can just tell when he talks, he is the guy that is in charge. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
But good luck to them. Good luck. But all that being said, good luck to them both, man. Like, just like quarterbacks and everybody else, they got to have grace for their mistakes. Vic's learning too. He's learning. So it's better for him to learn at the school that's not mine.
Absolutely.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, so we've now come to get ready for the pick segment. So these Swac'n game picks are brought to you by Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, located in Madison, Alabama. Whether you're craving something cool and refreshing or smooth and creamy, Rita's has you covered. Stop by today and taste the flavors that make every game day sweeter. Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, located at 8042 U.S. Highway 72 West in Madison. Yeah, so it is about that time. It is about that time. Ladies and gentlemen that are in the comments, as we go through these games, make sure you put your picks through. So the way I set this up this week, fellas, I know we got a lot of payment games. So, we'll just start off with this one. We already know, obviously, I'm an Ohio State employee. People up here in Columbus after last week playing Texas were like, what the hell? But then they said, well, at least we get to see their band.
Hey, they're going to be a battle too, the band. Ohio State got a good band.
Yeah.
They do. And I hate to say this, man. They better than Grambling, but, they probably want to take my black card now for saying that.
Yeah, the point spread in this is 53. 53 points.
Over.
You think they get 53?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying they get about 71.
Oh, my gosh. Man,
hey,
this is the game
50 in the first half.
Hey, this is the game that for both teams, if your parents ain't never seen your son play and he been buried on the depth chart, this is definitely the game he will get some run.
Make sure you get a ticket to the game. He'll get some PT.
Hey, Wayne,
and
is that Family and Friends Day?
And the last thing I'll say too, up here on the 50-yard line last week for the Texas game, seats were over $2,000. Okay. The same seats, same section for this week, $200. Go figure. Go figure. Good luck, Grambling. Mickey Joseph, hey, he had a good attitude about it. Y'all gonna be $1 million richer after this game.
Yes.
Hey, Wayne,
good luck.
Most important part.
They wait the game day and purchase a ticket. Gonna get cheaper than that.
Right. Hey, good news for Grambling. You got Kentucky State next week. So hey. Yeah. All right.
Survive.
Yeah. All right. Whoo, Lord. This point spread is 50 and a half. That's the point spread on this one.
Over.
They cover?
No.
Over?
Absolutely.
Nah. No.
Bethune
kicked 3 field goals last week. That's it. So, man. Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
Bad.
Yeah.
Man, now this one here, Now you want to talk about somebody that was pissed off, man. Chris Dishman today on the call. Chris Dishman was full of short answers. Wasn't trying to have nothing. Didn't want to hear nothing about the game from last week. Nothing.
It's his fault.
He ain't gonna want to hear nothing about this one either.
Right.
Yeah.
I was about to say that. Well, we're gonna do it again.
You put a linebacker on a receiver. Never mind.
Yeah, linebacker on a receiver looking around, didn't know where I think he turned around twice.
He did.
Man, why would you go man in this situation anyway?
That's the first thing I said when they first started.
They gotta get to the end zone.
It was a minute left, and they started off that drive in man, and I was like, "What are they doing?"
Just put everybody in the end zone, man. They always lose like that though. They ain't got to worry about that this week. They don't have to worry about that this week.
If I'm Texas Southern, I'm calling Meg the Stallion and see can we use her as a distraction. So we can kind of throw the points off a little bit.
Yeah,
you got to fight Clay Thompson then.
See, they in California already, so it's an easy little ticket.
It makes sense. I love it.
Yeah, man. This one ain't gonna be too good. So we keep it on. At least they got a trip to California. This one is 40. This one was 39 and a half. 39 and a half is a point spread.
Yeah, I take the over for
California. Definitely. Yeah. I'm definitely taking this.
Yeah.
All right. Fam going to play FAU. This point spread was a little bit closer. I can't remember I cannot remember. I think it was I think they had this one at 17 and a half. I was really surprised by this being 17 and a half. FAU, they lost their first game at Maryland 39-7. Maryland started a freshman quarterback and he took a while to get going. So
it's 36 and a half, Wayne.
36 and a half. Okay, so it got improved. 36 and a half. So do y'all think FAU covers that?
No,
absolutely.
I don't think so. 36
you
and a half?
Think so?
Nah, not 36 and a half. I don't think that good.
You don't think they got 36 in them?
I mean, they got 36 in them to score, but I don't think they're going to beat FAMU. Yeah.
You don't think they're going to beat FAMU by 36? I do. I do.
I'm sorry, Holt. I do.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Tarleton, they're ranked number 5 in FCS, and these boys just beat Army in triple overtime on the road. So they got an FBS win.
Yeah, they different.
Yeah. They're going to get ugly.
And I'm out here in Texas, and I heard about Tarleton this whole summer, and I was like, A lot of people I work with went to Tarleton. They were like, we're going to have a great team this year, and then I've seen it 2 straight weeks. So, what's the spread on this one? Whatever the spread is, increase it by double it.
Increase it by 10.
Yeah.
I don't see one on this.
Well,
I don't think Vegas cares.
Put it like this: Tarleton State beat Portland State in week 0, 42-0. And I would think if Mississippi Valley State played Portland State, I think that Portland State might beat Mississippi Valley. So if they beat them by 42, yeah. And it's in Stephenville, Texas. Man, it's gonna be a whooping.
And if you ever been to Stephenville, I call it the Caucasian Lorman.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So shout out to Valley though. Hey, they're gonna play hard. But yeah. Oh boy. So this one, Central Arkansas. So it's kind of funny. Central Arkansas, they lost to Missouri 61-6, and Pine Bluff lost to Texas Tech 67-7. When they played last year in Pine Bluff, Central Arkansas beat them 56-17. So now it's in Conway on that purple and gray field. So
56-3.
Yeah, I don't think Arkansas Pine Bluff scores. I don't think they score.
I'm gonna go to Central Arkansas on that one.
Yeah. All right. Now we're here. Now we can start
talking.
Who are
these people?
Okay, now
we can start talking football.
All right, Texas Rio Grande Valley. All right, this is their first year in the FCS. Last week, they had 12,000 people, standing room overflow crowd.
Oh wow!
Yeah, standing room overflow crowd for these guys. They played a Division II team last week. They did not allow a single point. Their quarterback, Eddie Lee Marburger, 18 for 19, 365 yards, 5 touchdowns. Right. Okay. Dude used to play at UTSA. All right. That's University of Texas San Antonio, for those that don't know what that is. Okay. Now we know how Prairie View was about how they had to escape, but now this is their home opener. All right. So I'm gonna start with Trell, and then we'll move it on up. Trell, who you got?
I don't know anything about UT Rio Grande or whatever they are, but since PV is beefing with us, I'm going with them. UT Rio Grande.
All right.
Yeah, I know the PV fans gonna kill me for saying this, but I think UT Rio Grande, I think they're gonna get this. So go Vaqueros.
All right, Corey.
Man, it's hard for me to pick a first-year FCS team, and they're gonna be on the road. For some, I think, and then they played a Division II team. I'm going with the experience on this one in the home team, Prairie View.
T?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Prairie View simply because they're at home. Hopefully, I'm not wrong on this one, so I'm gonna go with PVAMU.
So he said, "Come on, Swac, have some pride this week."
Well, you have to understand the turmoil on Twitter, right? We we said, we had our comment about something that the coach at PV said. It wasn't necessarily directed to PV. It was just like, hey man, come on now. And it got twisted to us saying we hate PV.
We hate PV.
When PV won by 1 point to Texas Southern, who's perennial bottom dweller, we got Twitter messages. I'm still getting messages about it. So let's go Vaqueros.
Yeah, now I'm gonna give you something to tweet at me about.
Yeah, and then you just called him perennial bottom dweller, so that's probably not. That's probably gonna keep it going.
That was Texas Southern he was talking about.
Texas Southern. Okay, well, they're gonna get pissed too.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that should be a good one down there, man. All right. Yeah, Jackson State,
Mississippi,
hitting the road, not going too far down there to Hattiesburg to take on Southern Miss. Now, Southern Miss, they played a really good first half at home on Saturday against Mississippi State, and then that SEC muscle wore on them and wore them down, and they ended up beating them. And we know about how Jackson State was when they played Hampton. It was tied 14-14 with 7 minutes to go, and then a 74-yard touchdown run by Ahmad Miller later.
Yeah.
They ended up pulling away. So this game right here, man, this one is interesting, man. Charles Huff with his boys starting it. So I'm gonna go the opposite way this time. T, who you got, man? Do you see anything for Jackson State here? Who you got?
Brett Favre went to Southern Miss, didn't he?
He did.
Yep. The Southern Miss gonna steal a victory just like Brett Favre stole that money. I just want to make
sure. Go ahead, Corey.
Hey, man. So I think Southern Miss will win this game. You know, a lot of times Jackson State, they can out physical you on defense and then pound you with a running game and do minimal. But I don't think they'll be able to do this this game. I think Southern Miss will win handily.
Okay, Dev.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the University of Stealing Money by 24.
All right, I gotta put this one up. I know this was for T's joke, but this one goes for T and Dev's jokes, man. Oh my God, man!
University of Stealing Money. That was a good one.
University of Stealing Money. I love that. I love it. Go ahead, Trell.
Hey, the first thing they told us in orientation, my freshman year at Alcorn, it says on the reservation you root for 2 schools, the Braves and whoever playing Jackson State. Southern Miss by a lot.
Wow, University of Stealing Money. I got
that's a good one, dog. I ain't even heard of that one.
Hey, Houston Nova said no way they get beat by 24. He didn't say they wouldn't go win. He said they ain't gonna get beat by 24.
What
is not the same Southern Miss team.
Yeah, this is not the same Southern Miss team as last year. Charles Huff bought all his guys from Marshall. The quarterback is. I mean, I feel like if they were a little deeper, they probably would have had Mississippi State down in the fourth quarter. It would have been a good, really, really close game. It's just Mississippi State is SEC, and SEC is SEC, no matter who you playing.
Right.
So this Southern Miss team, for SWAC standards, they're stacked. So
yeah. All right. Now we got the non-conference game going on down there in Baton Rouge, the Pete Richardson Classic. All right. Man, we know what Andrew Body did. 312 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 119 on the ground, 60-yard touchdown run. 52-42, they lost to UAB, but man, did they look real good in the process on offense. Not so much on defense, but on offense. Southern, we know how they were when they played down there in Itabena. You know, they fumbled the ball. They made what could have been a game that they would have pulled away. They kept them in the game by making mistakes. Coach Graves said today that Jalen Woods is still in concussion protocol, so it's not known if he's going to play or not. So obviously, if he doesn't play, you know Cam McCoy is going to start. So Trell, who you got?
Andrew Body is about to run all over the Mississippi River on Sunday. I got Bama State, man. The way that offensive line worked, man, and as light as Southern is up front, I think Bama State has a good day running the football. I will say this though, as good as Andrew Body looked, I would hate to see him keep running like he's running because I would hate to see him go down again. He's taking a lot of licks to be coming on 2 shoulder surgeries, but I think he runs all over Southern for real.
All right.
Man, I just don't think Southern's good at all. I think I'm taking Alabama State, and is this gonna be a surprise? I'll take it more than 20.
Ooh, Jesus Christ!
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. It's a lot of folks saying Bama. Look, Bama State by 25. Go ahead, Corey.
Hey, me and T was actually at the game when they played UAB, and it was it was a pretty much offensive. I wasn't really impressed with neither team defense. But to say that, Southern is usually tough at home, and they're going to play with pride. That's one thing they're going to play with. But so I think they'll, defensive givens, some of them will come out and have a pretty good game. But I just think offensively and then where they are in the middle in that defense, I just think Bama State going to wear them down because Eddie Robinson Jr. is he's developed into be a solid, coach who's going to make the other team, he's not going to lose a game. The other team going to get a game away. So I think Alabama State will wear them down and end up winning by 2 touchdowns.
That's funny. That's funny too, man, that you said that because right when you said that, my man Blue said it's Andrew Body season, Bama State by 14 plus. Yeah. Go ahead, T. Who you got, brother?
So last week, like Corey mentioned here, now we were down at the UAB Alabama State game, and I went into that game and I said, the last time we played UAB, we got beat 53-0. It was 28-0 in the first quarter. So I wasn't going down there to cheer for them. I'm never going to cheer for Alabama State. So I was hoping both teams lost. However, that didn't happen. UAB won. With this game, the same thing. I'm not going to cheer for Alabama State, and I'm not going to cheer for Southern. I will say Southern will win, though, just simply because I want Southern to win. Let me say that. But the play, it was mentioned earlier about the offensive line, not hating or anything, but a lot of those, Andrew Body is quick. He can run faster than a lot of people. The yards on the ground weren't because the offensive line opened up holes. It's because he outran everybody, and UAB has a terrible defense. I never seen defense so bad on both sides of the ball. Like I'm looking at the numbers now. Alabama State had 514 yards on offense. UAB had 520 yards on offense. It was over 1,000 yards in that game. It was just up and down the field. So UAB defense was horrible. Hopefully Southern watched that film and can make some adjustments and keep Alabama State from getting the victory because they already naming Body Heisman Trophy winner because he.
I forgot what podcast I was on for a minute.
Right? Yeah, I'm never gonna pick Alabama State.
Yeah, I think if Southern loses this game bad, Coach Mack might be at the helm in Baton Rouge.
You know what's real funny though, man. It's even, I mean, still, regardless of what happens, man, this is not even a conference game. That's so crazy.
Yeah,
about
that's crazy,
this.
man. That's wasting the win or loss for anybody.
Right.
Hey, it is what it is. All right, now we get to our game. All right, so our game, we know how it goes. We know when it starts. We know what it's going to be on HBCU Go. The point spread in this game, they have A&M favored by 2.5. All right, so yeah, they see it real close. All right, Trell and Holt, as we do, we already know who everybody wants to win and thinks is going to win. But I'll start with Trell, then Holt, and then our guys. Keys to your team winning. Trell, go for it.
Red zone efficiency, man. When we get in the red zone, can we capitalize? That's and can we execute on things we can control? Can we catch? Basically, just can we prove it on offense? I feel like if we can prove it on offense, we can score in the red zone. I think Sewell and Reggie Davis will get us there. I think that's the biggest key. I think we're gonna play sound defense as always, but we got to put up some points. So
Yeah,
I take Alcorn 23-20.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna preach again. Discipline. We need to be disciplined. 15 penalties ain't gonna cut it, especially in a close game against a very, very good Swac opponent. Let's be disciplined. If we can be disciplined, I think we'll be fine. I'm gonna go Alcorn 21-17.
Corey?
Yeah, I think this game is going to be very competitive. Going to be a close game, and I think you could throw first games regardless. Alcorn and Northwestern, and our game is Arkansas out the window, because when you talk about two competitive teams playing in the SWAC, it's going to be 4 quarters, and it's going to be certain things, the intangibles. But I think the key for Alabama A&M to win is going to be, stopping that run game for Alcorn, Reggie Davis, and Sewell, because at the end of the day, they might have threw 44 times, but we all know their bread and butter is the running game. And I think it's going to be key to stop the running game and force them to throw the ball. And if we stop their running game and we win the turnover battle, I think I pick A&M to win the game 27-20.
T?
Now, I was speaking with Corey about this a couple of days ago, and we have been around A&M football for a while, and we've seen our team come out first game, play hard, and lose. And they were like, if we play the next game like we play hard that first game, we'll be okay. And I'm afraid I don't want them to take a step back. I want them to improve on what they did last week. Of course, I'm gonna pick A&M to win, but one of the keys for me with A&M winning is, man, not only do players have to execute, coaches have to, do the best they can. We got to get some fan engagement out there at Louis Cruz, man. We got to make it a good game. We got to make it an atmosphere. We got a brand new coaching staff. We got to make it hard for people to come in to play against any opponent. So that, to me, that is a key of keys to victory. One of the keys to victory is to make sure we have good crowd participation. We want the players to be their best, so let's be our best too. A&M by 2 touchdowns though. I don't know if that will be 14-0 or 28-14. A&M by 2 touchdowns. Those 2.5 points were very disrespectful.
Nah, what you just said was very disrespectful.
Now we were all getting along until you said that. Now. It was a very civil podcast.
Right.
Hey, I'll say this, guys. First off, I'll say again, I missed this game. I miss playing Alcorn. I do. I really would love to play Alcorn every single year. We rotate home and home. Let's just keep it rolling, just like that. So I'll start with that. This game being a non-conference game, what's so important for both teams is you need to establish some confidence.
Yes, sir.
And you can do that in many ways, right? Now, obviously, we knew last week was not the best version of both squads. Okay, we know that. Both squads definitely have a lot of potential to be a lot better than what they showed in week 1. So to me, this is almost like the real litmus test for both squads to me, because this is like against like, apples to apples playing each other. So I think what's important for what Coach Shade said this morning, he said that A&M just doesn't need to have self-inflicted penalties, self-inflicted mistakes. Same thing that Alcorn said, with Coach Thomas, self-inflicted mistakes. Things that you did in the opener, now it's time to see what did you learn through your week of practice to apply it. So I think that the team that will win this game will definitely be the one that passed the test during the week of practice, because there were plenty of mistakes all the way around for both sides, as you might expect in an opening game. I'm just looking forward to seeing a great game, seeing a great atmosphere. And yeah, of course, I hope A&M wins. And of course, Are you going to be in Huntsville, or are you just going to watch it on HBCU Go?
He went out. I didn't hear anything.
He went out one day.
Oh, are you guys?
You had froze up on us for a minute.
My fault.
You're back now, though. We heard the last thing you said about somebody go bet an A&M game.
Yeah, are you fellas gonna be up there at A&M, or are you gonna watch it on HBCU Go?
Unfortunately for me, this was the game that we always map out everything during the season. This was the game that I had said I was gonna miss from a standpoint of I just came back from Dallas and I gotta take another trip, birthday trip on the 20th of this month. Plus we're getting ready to go to Memphis with the team. So I said I was gonna miss it, but I might be there. Because the closer I get to Saturday, is more like, man, I ain't missing this game.
Yeah.
Right. So come on down, man. We love.
Yeah. If I have to, see, I'm actually scheduled to work, but if I have to and catch a flight to Huntsville from Dallas, I might catch one.
We'll edit that part out.
Yeah, we can definitely edit that. But yeah. In all seriousness, though, fellas, this was a great time. And everybody that's watching, make sure you hit the like button, like both streams, and appreciate everybody's comments and all that good stuff. So, fellas, we definitely wish you guys a whole lot of luck, just not this week. But yeah, man, Alcorn against Alabama A&M, man, just glad that we at least get to do it for one night.
Hey, before y'all get out of here, how can everybody follow you on social media?
Yeah, so we have a Golden Ham page on on Instagram. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. Us individual on Twitter. I'm at Devo_Holt. That's DEVO_HOLT. Trell.
I'm Z_TrellT. On Twitter, we're the Golden Ham Review. On Instagram, we're the Golden Ham Review.
Nice.
You got, and tomorrow we actually have an episode, man. So y'all tune in. Come see us tomorrow as we preview the game. What y'all doing tomorrow, man? Y'all want to come on?
What time does it air?
Well, that's the thing.
It's probably gonna be about 7:30. So look, we all work. So we all have to text each other. I'm gonna be at home. But look, I'm gonna be at home at this time. But I think DCG is off tomorrow, so it's gonna depend on him.
Yeah, it's film study night for him.
Yeah, usually about 7:30 we'll come on.
Okay. Yeah, I have my other show tomorrow, but when it's done, if y'all hadn't done the show by the time I'm done with mine, I may come and shoot on and sit with y'all for a little bit.
Cool, man. Cool.
Man, thank y'all for having us on, man. This is real cool.
Most definitely.
I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all soon.
Go Bulldogs.
Go Braves.
Go Braves.
All right.
You gotta always get to go Bulldogs, and then when they about to go off.
Yeah. So hit the folks one more time with this. Hit them one more time.
Again, look at this shirt, man. Come on. Let me move the mic, and I'm gonna talk real loud. King McNeil, nice shirt, black, like real nice. KingMcNeil.com. You can go to their website right now, and the discount code is FTH15. You get 15% off. Real nice stuff. I mean, it's just not A&M stuff. They got other colleges on. They even got Oakwood. They got UA Huntsville. They got a lot of SWAC schools. They got all the Divine Nine, and there's a lot of pictures. So King McNeil collection. They'll actually have a booth set up for homecoming, and we'll get more information to you on that. But they were gracious enough to hook us up with a discount code, FTH 15% off. Make sure you use that no matter what school you attend. You can use our From the Hill 15 discount code, man. Shout out to King McNeil Collection, man. They got good stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I know y'all, as soon as y'all get off this show, y'all go to www.kingmcneil.com and start surfing. And
yes,
get
sir.
Y'all something. Pick something up. All right. So tonight, man, we appreciate everybody for watching. One thing I do also want to say, man, our women's volleyball team defeated North Alabama.
Oh,
that's what's up. Shout out to Coach Reeves, man, staff, and of course the ladies, man. That's a good victory, good dub.
Yes, sir. Big.
Hey,
Big.
Go ahead, man. I also want to say thanks for the fans for coming out. You know, we scored a touchdown, so they were able to go to Rita's and get buy one get one free or 50% off on Monday, and the same special as this week. But we got to win the game.
Got to win the game, not just a touchdown.
Not just a touchdown. Win the game. If the Bulldogs win on Monday, everything 50% off at Rita's. So shout out to Rita's for for everything they do for From the Hill podcast and also for A&M athletics.
Yeah, and I went down there to get my buy one get one on yesterday, and real good stuff, man. Make sure y'all head down 72 in Madison. Make sure you use your time wisely. Y'all know how the traffic is when you go down that way. It's gonna be a while.
Yeah, man. So tonight was a great night. Shout out to my boys again, Trell Tobias and Devin Holt, Golden Hill Review, Alcorn State grads for joining us tonight. Shout out to everybody that's watched us. Whether you've watched this from the Swac'n the Fool feed or you've watched this from right here on the From the Hill podcast feed. Make sure that you hit the like button for everything. And then also, man, let's have a good time for week 2 of football, for college football, that is. And man, just excited. So Corey Williams, T Gooden, shout out to Jay the Great, also Dave Thomas and DT in their absence tonight. Shout out to everybody. We appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do. And we'll see you later. Next week, we'll have another show for y'all. Good night.